On the 4th of July, we head down to Battery Park, and near Battery Park is the old Maritime Ferry building, where we had been intrigued and hoped to see, and finally did, an installation of David Byrne's called Playing the Building, in which he actually plays the building. The old Municipal Ferry terminal is now called the Battery Maritime Building, but you might remember it as being the building that Barbra Streisand enters in the movie Funny Girl when she sings Don't Rain on My Parade. This is the renovated exterior with the Guastavino tiles and the beautifully painted girders. Inside is not yet renovated. I want to call your attention to this small red sign. It says gas valve wrench available at the ferry terminal supervisor's office. This is a curious sign. It made me want to go down to the office and say, "Hi, may I use the gas valve wrench, please?" "Oh, I'm sorry, but another tourist has that right now. You'll have to wait till he comes back." "Oh, no, I really need to use that. If you have a his and hers set, I don't mind using the hers because I really need to use it." "Oh, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to wait. Our gas valve wrenches are unisex, and we only have one." Okay, while I'm waiting, can I please complain to somebody about the fact that there's no apostrophe in front of the second S in supervisors? What are you going to do? Doesn't much matter. And let's get back to the installation of David Byrne's. When you enter, you see that the building is totally unrenovated, and that's probably what appealed to David Byrne in many ways. You are first struck by the sound of children's laughter, and that's always a good sign. Kids really responded to this installation. One thing that I didn't like seeing, unfortunately, there's a long line of people waiting to step up to the console of the organ that David Byrne put in the center and connected to various components of the building, to the metal pipes, to the columns, to the radiators. When you play the building by using the keyboard, you actually bring to life these components of the building. There are some stops labeled motors, pipes, and pillars, and they play the girders and the radiators and etc. And I knew that the line was too long. We weren't going to wait. We just have to watch other people do it. And I'm going to let you listen to the building as it is played by other people, so you can decide if you appreciate this. I have to say, I thought, of course, like so many things we see in New York, this is gimmicky, I'm not going to like it, and then it turns out you really did. There was something really primitive that drove home the issue of what the nature of music is, and what the nature of sound is, and why you don't have to be a professional musician in order to savor sound and what it does. I mean, just look at the faces of the people who are listening or playing this building. The room was cavernous, and in that way it was primitive, and it brought me back to thoughts of being a more primitive human being, just enjoying the natural sounds around you without having them formally iterated in terms of a song. The sounds the building makes are the sounds that an old building would make. Clattering pipes when the heat goes on, the wind whistling through openings in the windows and door frames.
Follow the pipe. Okay, follow the cord down to the console, and it blows air into the pipe. Oh, it blows air over a hole in the pipe as if it were a flute. Right. So that's how they get the different tones. Exactly.
You know, I really wish that I had been alone at the keyboard in this room. I really think that would be a better way to appreciate the entire installation, but obviously almost nobody is going to have the luxury of that experience. I would still recommend that you go see it. It made me think that I didn't want this room to be renovated, that the music produced by David Byrne was genius, in that it brought the building and the room to life. And a renovation, a cosmetic renovation, is just going to be like a facelift on somebody older. It's an obvious ruse. And I'm reminded of the fact that that's why I don't much like Times Square, is because even though it's shiny and clean, you know that underneath that cosmetic surgery, the real Times Square is still there, and that one is infinitely preferable to the glitzy Disneyified version that we get to see now, and that's why we don't like it. It's really not alive. It's sort of dead and frozen underneath that supposedly lively exterior. So really the mark of David Byrne's genius is that when you stand in this room, so many thoughts go through your mind about the nature of sound and music. Well worth seeing.